This is the plaintiff, Joseph LaPalm. He says he purchased the car from the defendant, and next day, when his mechanic looked at it, he was told the car was a dud. The thing wouldn't pass inspection. He gave the defendant the money for the car on good faith, and he's here seeking the return of the $1,040 because the guy knowingly ripped him off. This is the defendant, Austin Ashworth. He says the plaintiff actually offered him more money for the car than he was asking because there was another buyer there interested in it. A week after having the car, the plaintiff brings it back, abandons it on his property, and demands a full refund because he changed his mind. Now the car's in his driveway. He missed out on another buyer, and this guy wants all his money back? Please. He's accused of unloading a hoopty.
Please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff bought a car from the defendant, and the day after, the mechanic said it was a mess. But the defendant says the plaintiff was chomping at the bit to get the car, and now the plaintiff's abandoned it in his driveway. It's the case of, mechanically speaking, my car sucks.
Thank you, Douglas. You're welcome. Hi, Mr. LaPalm. You bought a car from Mr. Ashworth, correct?
I did.
How did you find the car?
It was through word of mouth, basically. My business partner had said that, there was a car available.
Did you test drive the car?
Did not test drive the car.
You just bought it without test driving?
No, there was no plate on the car. So I was going to have the car inspected anyway, have a safety inspection performed on the vehicle. So what had happened then was I gave Austin a check, to put this succinctly, and took the car. My mechanic.
Okay, but hold on. Did you buy the car then? You gave him a check for what, the full amount?
No, what happened, can I kind of run
Just
through
answer my question. Did you give him the full amount?
that he asked for, yes.
Yes. Okay, so you buy the car, what day is that?
It's on a Thursday.
And according to you, you sold him the car that day.
Right.
And you thought you were done?
Yeah, I
Did he tell you he wanted to
tried-
get it looked at by a mechanic?
No, he wanted to buy the car. I was selling the car.
Yeah, but you
that
didn't give
day
him the
to
title
someone
that
else.
day.
Well, we wrote a bill of sale and sold the car, and he drove off with it.
Right. Well, what about the title? Because that's part of selling a car. Why didn't you give him the title that day?
Well, he told me he wanted to make sure the check cleared before I wrote the title over to him. But he drove off with the car.
But doesn't he
and
know
took
if
it
his
in when
own
he
check
bought
is
it.
going to clear?
Well.
So you wanted to make sure that his check cleared before, because he's paying you by check and not cash.
Right.
So you were waiting to see if the check would clear before giving him the title?
Right.
Or
so
he suggested that to you?
to make it an amicable sale, he wanted to make sure that, I had the check, and when he...
You had the money.
Right.
The check you had that moment.
Right. So when the check was deposited into my account, he would get the title, come and collect the title.
Okay. So how do you take the car?
Fastened a plate to it because she
Fasten
had
what plate to it?
I was buying it actually for an employee of mine. And
What plate did you fasten that wasn't assigned to the car?
Her plate. Which
Okay. Which is, what state are you in? I don't know if it's a crime in your state. It's a crime in my state. But anyway, so you don't get caught, and then you bring the car where?
I bring it to my mechanic, but he's closed by that point, so he
Okay.
can't look at it until the next day.
All right. And when he looks at it, what does he say?
He found the number of issues wrong with it. And
Okay.
He provided,
And so then you say, I want my money back.
Oh, yeah.
And what does he say?
No.
Right. Because it's an as-is sale of a used car that's, how old? What's the car? A 2002 Pontiac Grand Prix?
Right.
Okay. So for you to be able to have a right to your money back, you're going to have to persuade me that that was part of your deal, that you would get to bring it to your mechanic, and if you didn't like what you heard, you'd get your refund. Mm-hmm. So how are you going to prove that to me?
So would you ever buy a used car without checking it out with a mechanic?
I would not, no.
Because?
I just wouldn't buy a used car.
What if it's a car you look at and you say, I got to have that car, and there are other people that want it? Would you jump the gun and buy it?
No, just like I wouldn't marry somebody without checking him out first.
Fair point. Sir, you're going to get the last word.
No, I would have somebody look it up, or my friend of mine, or mechanic, before I buy it. Whenever you buy a used car, you better check it out. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
Fair enough, and I have a feeling somebody's going to be sorry going inside the courtroom.
Well, I told him to hold the title. I said I wanted to make sure the car was all set before, proceeding with it, registering it, et cetera,
Okay,
et cetera.
can you show me the bill of sale?
Yeah.
What's the bill of sale say? Hand it to my bailiff. Does the bill of sale say I'm taking the car, but I get a refund the next day if I don't like what I hear from the mechanic?
No.
What's it say instead of that?
It just basically, it's a basic bill of sale.
Yeah, where he says he sold the car to you. Has the VIN number, you know, it's a handwritten bill of sale like any other.
Sure.
I sold my 2002 Pontiac Grand Prix, like past tense. There's no, you know, this is subject to a whatever, whatever. Now, the interesting part is that you're from Massachusetts, where it is subject to whatever, whatever. In other words, in Massachusetts, you guys, when you buy a used car, you're supposed to take it for inspection within a certain amount of days. If it doesn't pass, you get your money back. Now, he told you this isn't going to pass inspection, but did you actually take it to be inspected so you would have a failure in your possession, a failure certificate?
I took it to my mechanic, who's
Is that a no?
Well, that would be a no, yeah, because I couldn't register.
Right, but you can't avail yourself of the law unless you've done that. That's the strange part, is that you're in one of the states that totally protects you. But instead you tell him, well, my mechanic told me that it wasn't going to pass inspection. And what's your perspective on that?
Well, he didn't have the title, so he didn't register the car. And so he didn't register the car. He couldn't get it legitimately inspected. So I have nothing to...
Did you tell him, come pick up your title? Your check cleared when it did? I mean, like, it's like...
Yeah. I was going to deliver it to him. A few days later, he told me he didn't want it. And
Okay. And then did he drop the car back off at your place?
yeah, he dropped the car off in my lawn. So
On your lawn?
Yeah. So
Did he leave the keys?
They were locked inside the car.
Did you have another set of keys that you kept from him?
Yeah. So
That's
I was
bizarre.
Able to get into the car.
Okay, but I guess the car wasn't cleared yet. All right, so what's happened with the car? Did you resell it?
I want to.
But you were waiting for the results of this.
Yeah. I have the car. I have the keys with me. So
Okay.
he can take the car today. And I went through a lot of potential buyers, and I was in the process
Oh,
of
I'm sure
selling the
people
car.
were lining up left and right to buy a $900
Yeah,
car.
it was
All
a
right,
good
so
car.
here's the deal. You're completely out of gas. And all you had to do was take that car somewhere to fail inspection and then say, give me my money back, it failed inspection. And you didn't do that. Instead, you dumped the car on his lawn and say, not my problem, but it is your problem. So you are the proud owner of a 2002 Pontiac Grand Prix, and you're not getting $950 and you're not getting $90. And now what? That car is parked in front of your house?
Well, so
And you
I was,
have, let me see the original title. Let me see that you have it. I don't want to see a copy. I want to see, you brought the original. Good. That's the original, right? Yeah. What were you going to say?
yeah, the car is ready. It's a good car. I mean, he drove it home and back. So
I'm not asking about it. I'm
it's
so
waiting
past
for
that.
him.
Why do you
It's
keep
been
bringing
waiting
that
for
up?
him.
All right, so you haven't signed the back yet.
No.
Okay.
No.
So, but the check cleared.
All right.
So here's the deal. It's your car. Go and pick it up. We're going to have you sign over the title. I am not going to undo this deal. I find that this bill of sale shows very clearly that you bought it. I find that you did not do what Massachusetts law allows you to do, which is to have it inspected, have it fail, and then say, you know, shame on you. You didn't do any of that. So it's your car. Go pick up your car. Now, if he doesn't pick up that car, there are laws in your state that talk about when something is abandoned property, okay? Call and have the government tow it away. And when they tow it away, he's the one who's going to have to pay storage fees. Everything will rack up in his name, not in yours, because this is getting signed over. Got it? Okay. Good luck, folks.
Well, the plaintiff loses a case but gets a car. How about that? What are you going to do?
I don't know. I don't think it was right.
Why? Some people might even wonder, why would you want an old Pontiac when they don't even make them anymore?
I was buying it for one of my employees who needed the car to get back and forth to work. I was trying to help her out. So I bought an inexpensive car. He told me the car was okay. I had the car safety checked. 36 hours later, I called, and the car's no good.
Big mistake.
I don't get it.
Big mistake.
What was the mistake?
Most people have the car inspected before they buy it. You did it the wrong way.
Well, all right.
Well, good luck to you. You have the car now. You're not going to get money back. You got the car, and it's waiting for you. So
Yeah, that's it.
go pick it up.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right, Mr. Ashworth, what are you thinking now?
I think the law was completely represented. The guy bought a car. He drove off with it, unregistered, uninsured, and
yep.
and then dropped it off in my lawn, a week later, and
Well,
telling
you heard
me
all
he didn't
that.
want it.
Now that it's over, the deal is over, okay? His
Yeah.
car is his. If
Yeah.
he doesn't take it,
He's got a good car. The car tilts when you step on the gas. Then it's got a big, strong engine in it, and I think you like it. But
okay.
it's a shame he had.
Well, congratulations. Thank you very much. You must sign some documents on your way out. Harvey?
So, I mean, here's the thing. A lot of times when you take a car to a mechanic before buying it, it's going to cost some money because they're going to want to check it out. And you don't want to pay them money. Well, here's what you should do. What you say is this. If you really think you're going to buy the car, tell the seller, I will front the money. But if I end up buying it, either you pay for all of the mechanic's costs that I can deduct from the sale price, or at least split it with me 50-50.